Yeah. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I'm up early in the morning, time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing. They say it feels rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you think it's skin. I like to get it poppin', cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yeah, it's just another day in the Golden State. Ain't no tossing and turning or time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all if all I'm doing what I promise. And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what good is this power if I use it like a fool? If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I just put my watch on, you know what time it is. I'm chasing my purpose in this music business. Let's get it in, I'm so focused on my mission. There's no competition, there's no excuses for opposition. One thing's for certain, I'm motivated to be in the kitchen. I gotta listen if I wanna make a difference, cause what I'm doing can be lost in an instance. Now I'm making a living, so why the hell are they tripping? Is it because I'm the one that they see in their vision? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it's hard, I stayed in my lane. You got to stay in your lane, ladies and gentlemen. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Order! I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Big Jake, I see you, brother. Greg, good morning. Keely, Snuggles. Ooh, there was Jack Smith photos, double I. All right, let's get going, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's me, Zeus.
It's showtime. Let's go.
Sometimes it gotta be this way. It really does, but it shouldn't.
Let's go.
Yeah. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog,
I'ma have to cut
Grand
you off.
Rising, ATL boy.
I'ma have to cut you off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you looking at me for? I just want the money, yo. All these games that you be playing, all this talk that you be saying, I don't really like to play. Get this money every way. Gotta keep my mental clear. Yeah, you know I'm out of here. I don't really have no fear. Yeah, you keep on showing tears. I'm not with that back and forth. I'm the type to get to work. I'm the type to keep it real. I'm the type to get a deal. I'm the type to chase a bag. I'm the type to pop a jam. Sick like I have SARS. Ride around a fast car.
Rapping like behind bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs.
When you gotta be the boss. If you not my dog.
When you gotta be the boss, ladies
I'ma
and gentlemen.
I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut
Let's
you
go.
off. This is what it be like when I'm stunting on my enemies. This is what it be like when I make them feel my energy. Sitting on these raps, okay. You know what this really mean? This is what it's all about. I'm on top of everything. I'm the boss, don't play with me. This right here no game to me. Toxic, 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 toxic. No, that's not okay with me. Every day
It really isn't, ladies and gentlemen.
Every day I'm making bread. Every day I say you good. Every day I wish you would.
This is what it be like when you really on the come up. This is what it be like when you really try to run up. Rookie of the year, better go and break the record. Rookie of the year, better go and get a checkup. Yeah.
If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you
Let's
off.
go, let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
I'ma have to cut you off.
off. I'ma have to cut you off.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we have arrived to the morning show where we cover all things as it relates to the former president and politics. And by the way, what an incredible live we had yesterday. I'm going to take a little bit of a break today on TikTok. I think I went too hard yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. So let's get this show started. We're definitely going to talk a lot more about what's going on, like I said, in Trump world. And boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, overnight, I'm telling you, he's like the golden goose when it comes to nefarious things and crimes of stuff like that, because he just keeps on giving you more and more to talk about. I really do not see Trump 2024 materializing, and I really think this is a time for all of the Trump supporters to give it up right now while you can. There is a path forward, and I hope that you really start to reevaluate where you stand when it comes to the things that's going on with the former president. Yesterday was very alarming. We had a young man come into the live and tell me that Trump was sent of God. And it's that belief system that gives me the power I need to continue doing this lovely work out here on TikTok. Now, those of you who know me, I do go by the name of Mr. Crossing, aka Zeus, God of Sky and Thunder. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am one of the most handsome, most attractive men out here on this platform. Listen, many are called, but only a few are chosen. And I am the chosen one. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistakes. I am the real deal, the real McCoy. Yes. They also call me Triple H Snuggles. Tell them what Triple H means, please. Because I am honest, humble, and handsome. For those of you who know what I do, please, especially when some of my friends on the right get to acting crazy in the comments section, do me a huge favor and put those pictures you can put a blue wave in the comments section, or you can put those pictures of Jack Smith. Okay, and keep those pictures of Jack Smith front and center. Okay, because I don't want them wavering. Yes, heaven, thank you so much. It's going to be. This is the Jack Smith show. I don't know if I talk about Trump or I talk about Jack Smith, to be quite honest. I think I talk a lot more about Jack Smith. All right, so let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I want to talk about is David Pecker. I don't know if you know who he is, but he is, I think, the CEO, or at one point was the CEO at the National Enquirer. Okay, and he is now proving to be a critical witness. He is now proving to be a critical witness when it comes to Trump and his dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds. You know, those things that are going on in New York, okay? And yesterday, I don't know if you watched Trump's interview with Sean Hannity, but he said something. I don't know if a lot of you caught it. I posted it on my page. But if you go to the interview, he said something to Sean Hannity along the lines of, "I don't have much time." What does he mean when he says he doesn't have much time, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I know what he means. This means he's gone into the bathroom and turned those lights off, and he said, "Jack Smith," 3 times, and he knows the end is soon to come. Now, this guy, David Pecker, for those of you who do not know what's going on, David Pecker seems to be the person that can actually corroborate Michael Cohen's story to the Manhattan DA and bring additional charges to the former president. So not only are we looking at campaign finance violations, but we are also looking at 2 key things. And I hope my friends on the right are here and understand what I'm about to say. One charge we know, possibly, is the falsifying of business documents. But this second charge, and God bless his heart, David Pecker. Go in there and do what you know is the right thing to do. The second charge is falsifying business records with the intent to commit another crime. Wow! Wow! You do the crime, you do the time. No, I can't join you in a battle right now. I am so sorry. Okay, so we're going to definitely put this in the category of shame. Shame. Order. Okay, now, while we're in New York, ladies and gentlemen, there is another thing we do need to cover out here in Olympus, okay? There's another thing going on in Trump world that we definitely need to cover. And let's get into that. Right here. You got to watch this interview that Trump gave yesterday on Fox and Friends with Sean Hannity. I've never seen anyone so scared in my life. He not only took down the post of him with the bat, now he's doing damage control or making an attempt to do damage control. And if you watch him on Sean Hannity, he said it was not him that posted that picture of him on his Truth social platform, which we all know is backed by Russia. Okay, he said it wasn't him, ladies and gentlemen. It was someone else that did that. And boy, oh boy, is he in a lot of trouble, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That threat could result in additional charges against the former president. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, this is all tied to this hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. And many of you know it's all backfiring. I don't get how you could pay somebody to be quiet and it backfires. I guess that's another example of shame. Order. Now, while he's on social media, I know. Now, while he's on social media making these veiled threats, it did happen. And this is what's more concerning. This is actually probably the most concerning thing about this. And I did some investigative work yesterday. I did. So last week, the former president was, he posted this picture of him with a bat next to Alvin Bragg, right? And they're like, oh, he's inciting violence, okay? Terrorist threats, And so I think that's why he took that post down and is doing damage control. But there was a lot of things that happened last week that kind of went under the radar. And one of the big things was the prosecutor started getting threats. Yes. The prosecutor started to get threats, okay? And a white substance arrived in the mail. You all remember this. So it turns out we know who was making those threats. You want to know who made those threats to Alvin Bragg last week? You won't believe it, folks. You won't believe it. Let's go. Let's get into this. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. So I'm going to make sure you all see this. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Russia was behind the Manhattan District Attorney bomb threats during the Trump hush money probe. Shame! Isn't it amazing how much Russia is involved in everything Trump is doing? They don't like it when I cover Trump. This is shame. I saw the comments. All Zeus talks about is Trump. No, I talk about Trump. I talk about Jack Smith. And by the way, I have permission to talk about Trump, because when he gave his speech on Saturday, he said the more I talk about him, his ratings are soaring through the roofs. So in a way, I'm helping him. So for those of you who do not like my extensive coverage on the former president, scroll on out and go to those other lives where they lie and mislead you. But I will not lie to you or mislead you. I am telling you the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Okay, so back to this. It is the folks in Russia who are threatening the prosecutors in New York. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is unprecedented. So we have Russia helping Trump get elected in 2016. That's the collusion. I know a lot of you don't think it happened. We have recently discovered Russia is the one funding Truth Social, you know, the platform Trump is on. We have Trump taking top secret documents, okay, to Mar-a-Lago. And by the way, he admitted yesterday he had the right to take them, even though the government asked him back. And I know what he was doing with those top secret documents that his aide was uploading to the cloud. He was most likely giving them to the Russians, okay? And now he threatens the prosecutor on his Russian-backed platform, Truth Social, and a few days later, all of a sudden, threats start to come in to the prosecutor, and they found out where they came from. Russian email addresses, ladies and gentlemen, were reportedly behind a series of fake threats. I would say the B word, but I don't want to get in trouble out here on TikTok. You know, TikTok is clamping down, and as they should. So Russian email addresses, okay, were linked to these threats, okay? And this is so surprising. Not just Alvin Bragg, but a numerous number of Manhattan court buildings received these threats. And the FBI, you all trust the FBI, right? They have confirmed it. And they have all been found to be linked back to Russian email addresses. Look this up, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, if you see this email address, if you see an email address ending in @mail.ru domains, that's the Russians, okay? And it's just so funny how Trump seems to always find a way to get money from Russia. He always finds a way to have them involved in what he does, and yet his supporters continue to defend this man. You know good and well, if President Biden had a fraction of this stuff going on, you would be jumping up and down. You would be protesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake. This is more evidence sending me these invites. Oh, I can't do it. Oh my God. Okay, cut it out. I'm going to have to turn it off. Wow. He's trying to interfere, but I'm not going to allow it. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen. They don't like it when I'm telling the truth, but I would rather be realer than you. That's what this is about. I'm not going to get out here and just sit here and mislead you and make up stories to pacify you folks. I'm really covering the facts as they are because it's very important that people know what exactly is going on and that we hold the former president accountable at all levels, because you would do it if it was President Biden, Obama, and Hillary Clinton. I know this. I've heard it for years. So if you don't like what I'm doing, you're more than welcome to just scroll out and leave. Oh my gosh. Now, moving along, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to open up the box. You know what I do. I'm willing to have a conversation with anyone about any of the content that I'm covering because it's only fair that we do. So Melania, ladies and gentlemen, this is just more proof that Trump is definitely in a serious world of hurt. Melania is said to be leading her own life and doesn't give a F if her husband is arrested. Woo! And she shouldn't. And she shouldn't. I know it hurts to hear that this is really what's going on out here in the real world. But I have to do this because there's not going to be any excuse. There's not going to be any excuse when it comes time to vote and you see the results. I mean, look at this. Does Melania look like she has any concern about what's going on with her husband, soon to be possibly ex-husband? Nope. Look at this. According to sources, he is expected to be indicted by Alvin Bragg for his payment to Stormy Daniels, okay? And as far as Melania is concerned, she is living her best life and feels happy being at Mar-a-Lago surrounded by people who love her and never talk about reality to her, okay? Or bad things about her husband. So Melania is living in a nice little, fairy tale world. You know what she's doing when people come up to her? Don't mention Trump to me. Don't talk about nothing else other than me and how great of a person I am. I don't want to hear anything about what Trump, my soon-to-be ex-husband, I don't want to hear anything about what he's got going on because it's depressing and they're doing it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, she doesn't want to talk about this, but I'm talking about it and you are too. According to these sources, she remains angry. Why is Melania angry? If Melania is angry, you should be too. And doesn't want to hear, okay, about the alleged hush money payments. Okay? This is what's really going on in Trump world. Adding that she wants to ignore it and hopes it will pass. She doesn't even sympathize. She doesn't sympathize with Trump. You know, normally when you're in a loving relationship and your partner is struggling with something, you go, you know what, honey, it's going to be okay. We're going to make it through this together because we're one. We are a happy family. Melania doesn't want to do any of that. She knows, just like the rest of the world knows, that Trump has done these disgusting, dirty, filthy things, and he did them behind her back. A lot of you say it's not a crime for him to have done what he did with Stormy Daniels. It is definitely not a crime per se to do what he did, but those activities he engaged in after he did it, now those, ladies and gentlemen, are criminal, and we are about to see the former president be held accountable. And by the way, when it comes to what's going on in New York, make no mistake, Fani Willis, the lovely Fani Willis out there in Atlanta. If those of you who know who she is, she's the one investigating the former president behind the so-called votes that he was trying to find in Georgia. You all remember it.
I just want to find...
You remember this?
11,780 votes. What more do we have?
Shame! More crimes! Fani Willis is out there watching all of this play out in New York, and she's gone on record and said this is a dry run. She's watching how Trump reacts to the prosecutor. She's watching how his supporters react, and not just her, Jack Smith too. And they're all sitting back going, now once New York gets done with him, we're going to have to talk to him as well. So as we continue to watch all of this unfold, Snuggles, please find me my steak because you will be getting Zeus, that lovely, juicy steak. Trump's not going to make it till June 30th without getting indictment. Come on, Snuggles, cut it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving along because I don't have much time this morning. But listen, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Trump's own lawyers may have cooked his goose in the Mar-a-Lago case. Thank you for those gifts, and thank you for putting those cut-it-out pictures, Blue Waves, and Jack Smith pictures in the comment section. I know this is tough news for a lot of his supporters to hear in one day, but I am doing this because I genuinely care about you. I don't want you to be surprised. I don't want you to be shocked when the hammer, the proverbial hammer of truth, comes down on the former president. And you see those indictments coming. You see him arrested. I do not want you to be surprised. Okay, so that's why I do this. You go to Fox News. They're going to tell you, they're picking on Trump. They have nothing on him. Don't believe them. This is a career criminal at work, a mastermind. Go watch the video I posted on my page. Him on Fox News. You will see, thank you so much, Snuggles. You will see Sean Hannity. You will see Sean Hannity himself in awe at how brazen Trump is when it comes to admitting what he's been doing behind the scenes. The threats on social media. And by the way, I think the judge is going to have to issue a gag order on Trump. The judge is going to say, order on the former president once those indictments start coming because he can't stop telling on himself. Anybody that has ever dealt with anything criminal knows one thing. They know that your attorney will advise you to be quiet when you are under an investigation, and the former president isn't listening. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, his attorneys are definitely livid. You're exact. Thank you, Little Miss Perfect. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to open up these boxes and take whatever feedback those of you who are brave enough are willing to provide. But make no mistake, I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God. Now, I'm going to have to make this crystal clear because I'm doing this in the best interest of all of you. If you get in the box, I know you are all very passionate to be heard, seen, and all of those things. And no matter what side of the aisle you are on, I don't mind, talking to you. I don't really care. Do not get in. Please do not. I shouldn't say do not, but please, I'm trying to be professional, right? Please do not get into this box and start yelling and over talking me. Okay, this is supposed to be an entertaining and educational experience. Okay, anyone that's toxic, you leave that to me, Zeus, because I am the god of sky and thunder. Not you. You can go on your own platform and shout, yell, curse, all that other stuff. But there are a lot of people who come to these lives that want to hear, not just from me. You get me for the first 30 minutes. They really want to hear from all of the respectful content creators who have a perspective they want to share. And I respect them no matter how large or small they are. I just ask that you get in here and you talk to each other. Don't yell, because people are listening to this while they're driving to work, really. And state what you are trying to state. I don't want to hear you over talking. And if I have to keep asking people to calm down, I'm just going to end the live. Okay, because you see, it doesn't, I go into other people's lives, and I'll tell you, and I'll be 100% honest. I go into these spaces. I know how they feel about me. I know how they feel about the content that I make. But I also understand how to be professional. And I'll go in there and I'll speak when spoken to, and I'll let the host do his thing. And if the host is allowing their platform to go in a direction I don't go, I'm not going to criticize the host. I'm not going to send them a DM. I'm just going to drop out. Okay? So let's try to have these civilized conversations. I hope I've covered enough content to at least spark an interest and make people want to talk, because that's what I do. And you don't have to agree with me, but at the end of actually you do. You have to agree that Zeus is the most handsome, most attractive man on this platform, because anything outside of that would be considered treason. All right, I'm going to open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen, because it is truly time to hear from each and every single person. And I will try to get through as many people as I can. If I don't get to you, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It just means, I didn't get to you. And by the way, if you are a subscriber, you will get priorities, because that's how this works. Okay. Oh, we have Greg. Greetings, Brother Greg. Can you hear me, Greg? Uh-oh, I don't hear you. Oh, Greg must be in the bunker again. Oh, my goodness. All right.
What's up?
Good morning.
Morning, Zeus.
How are you doing this morning? Reporting live from the bunker.
We are in the thick of it, Zeus. Classified location.
Oh, talk to me.
So the grand jury brought back David Pecker yesterday, and the reason why they did that was they wanted to make sure that because of Costello's information, they likely brought him back to see if it contradicts what Costello said. So that is the reason why they brought him back. Again, we talk about this is a witch hunt and everything. Well, if it was a witch hunt, they wouldn't be doing this due diligence, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that everything is hunky-dory. So that's why they did this. David Pecker was involved in getting rid of those, rid of the Stormy Daniels story. It was a catch and kill.
Right.
Catch and kill. Yep.
Excuse me, Greg. Can I ask a question really quick?
Yes, sir.
There's an awful lot of Pecker in the story with Stormy Daniels. Are we using Peckers here, or I mean, I just don't understand.
Well,
I mean, the story gets more interesting
David Pecker.
every day.
Well, apparently David Pecker is very much involved because in this
I'm feeling a
reality
little
that
hot
we
in this
live in,
story, I'm telling you.
in this reality that we live in, that's on this timeline, I guess is the better
I'm
word.
listening.
Yeah, I was just saying on the timeline that we're living in right now, it would be David Pecker that essentially brings down Donald Trump.
Mr. Cross.
David Pecker, Stormy Daniels, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is an interesting host of characters.
Pecker and Stormy.
Yeah. And it's funny, but it's
Stormy
true. I
Pecker.
wish we could say we're making this up, Snuggles, but this is your fearless leader.
Okay, yeah, I saw the beginning of your live. Very beautiful opening. I mean, but you know that interview with Sean Hannity you depicted. You know, it's a typical CNN preview that I saw you do. Okay, Donald Trump said, okay,
He said
that he didn't.
said,
that
I'm running
picture
out of time.
that was what do you call that? They added the picture of the bat, you know, and all that stuff. Someone added that. Okay,
So
someone added that picture up. Okay, so what do you call it? Photoshopped? Yes, photoshopped. All right. So can you just admit? Can you just admit that it was photoshopped, like the Photoshop picture that you showed of Melania and Trump? That was just Photoshop there. Can you admit that?
Why do you
Donald
continue
Trump,
to be a vassal of transgression, Snuggles?
I'm just saying he said that it was photoshopped. I mean, if somebody else
you
said
believe him?
No. I believe.
Finally,
no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. What? No, I don't believe you, Mr. Crossings, because that was a Photoshop picture that he said that was Photoshopped. I think when he says it was Photoshopped, it was Photoshopped.
He still reposted it though.
We're doing so great, Snuggles. We're doing
He didn't
so great
repost
with
it.
the
He didn't
Photoshop.
repost it.
We love the photos.
So, so I just want you to just tell your story truthfully. Trump said it was photoshopped, and there was no Russia involvement. We're going to go back to Russian collusion again. Are we going to the Russian collusion story again?
He said in the interview, he said he was taking a picture at the White House with the bat. You heard him say this, and
correct.
He was
It's baseball season.
He was trying to promote Made in America. And that's what that real picture was about.
Right. It was the baseball bats. Didn't I tell you it was baseball season? They got the bats getting, you know, I told you it was baseball season. And that was a photoshopped picture.
Snuggles, come on. Come on, Snuggles. You know that's not true.
Snuggles. And then they're going to say that this is New York's going to go with a Russian collusion story. It didn't work the first time, so we're going to bring Russia right back into this again. Do you really?
Russia is definitely involved, Snuggles. Did you see the part I covered where Russia was tied to those threats?
Please, Mr. Crossings, this is another
tied to Russia.
Mr. Crossings, this is just another Russian collusion lying type story for Russia. This is voting interference at its best. Okay, so let's just keep these fairy tales going.
Wait,
okay,
so Snuggles.
Snuggles, how do you
Snuggles?
sleep at night?
You're objective.
Sleep at night,
so you're
Snuggle. Do you
and then
sleep
we need to hear
well
from
at
Nutty.
night,
Oh my
Snuggle?
gosh, Snuggles.
I mean, we're talking about Peckers and Stormy Daniels and Russian collusion. This is just one big Disney story.
Snuggle,
no, absolutely.
Snuggle.
Do you
Snuggles.
sleep well?
Now let's go on to Nutty Professor, please.
Thanks.
And then Jerry, and then CC, and then Shay, and then we'll open it up for everyone to talk. This is insane, Snuggles.
Yeah,
we didn't create
I just see it how it is.
We didn't create them.
I think you created a story that doesn't fit everything. I mean, this is just a story. Okay, this is ridiculous. It's getting more ridiculous with these Pecker issues. I'm telling you, this whole story is a Pecker issue.
Yeah, it is, and Trump needs to control his Pecker. Now, please let Nutty talk.
Right?
Can I just interject? Wait, Zeus. Can I just interject for one quick second? So, Snuggles, you think that Donald, and I'm sorry if I'm cutting somebody up, you think that Donald Trump was promoting Made in America when he put a picture of him with a baseball bat next to Alvin Bragg, who's investigating him? Are you serious?
The picture, he said the picture of Alvin Bragg was photoshopped. It wasn't even, that was photoshopped along with the baseball bat.
it. He
It was all
truthed it. What are you
Photoshop.
talking
Mr.
about?
Nutty, Mr. Nutty, see, this is
It
the
wasn't Nutty.
craziness.
You're
You
talking to
call us
Greg.
the crazy people about Donald Trump, but this is also craziness, Nutty. Can you admit that that those were Photoshop, Mr. Nutty? Otherwise, you have just as bad of issues as
Wait.
we do
Snuggles, hold
when it
on.
comes to
Wait,
liking
first of
Donald
all,
Trump.
You're talking to
you're
Greg.
talking to Greg, number one.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry,
again, what I'm
Nutty.
trying to
Forgive me.
say is
You all sound the
so
same. A bunch of Peckers in the boxes,
so
No, cut it out.
except for Shay.
Jesus.
so
She's
I
a
guess my
Miss
question
Pecker.
is
Go ahead.
you're saying that you think that this is really Photoshop, that he didn't
Yes,
put that
that's
on
what he
Truth
said.
Social.
Yes, I do believe
It's
it. When he
not
said,
true. He put it on Truth Social, dude. Just because he says
"You
it's not
think
true doesn't mean it
you
Now,
think he
isn't.
knows how to
all right.
Photoshop?"
Fair enough. I got to hear from Nutty because we don't got much
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd like to
sorry.
hear from Nutty.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
That's
Nutty.
right.
hang out.
Nutty,
Yeah,
please
sorry,
bring it
Nutty.
out for us.
So
Please
I
it's
bring
got
the
funny.
you.
hammer. Well, no, I'm bringing the hammer. Nutty, are you there?
Forgive me,
It's
Nutty.
funny that
Snuggles, please. Nutty, who's the most handsome in the kingdom?
my time.
Who's the most
It's
handsome
funny.
in the kingdom, Nutty?
Reclaim. It's funny that Snuggles keep wanting to say it was Photoshop. Be that as it may,
Hmm.
Photoshop or not, he reposted it. He reposted it, so therefore that's
Thank you, Nutty.
factual because he did it. No
You
one
said
else
he
reposted
didn't.
it for him. He,
Snuggles,
it's,
He
reclaiming my
retruthed
you
time.
have
it.
to mute it
Reclaiming
there.
my time. Reclaim. I'm going Auntie Maxie on you. Reclaiming my time. So the fact remains. The fact
Snuggles.
remains. He reposted this stuff. So getting on to the topic. Okay. So Trump's attorneys, like I said many sessions ago, I would want attorneys that try to make me look innocent. His attorneys, they're out there making this dude look guilty for crimes that, Snuggles, to your point, he has not been charged with. He has not been charged with anything. Absolutely not. He will get his day in court, and that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for him to get his day in court because if we believe in the American judicial system, which I really don't because it harms black and brown people, but if we believe in American judicial systems, then we have to charge him. He then must be arrested, and then he will get his what? Day in court. So
Excuse me.
that's what we're looking forward. We're looking for reclaiming my
Order!
time.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to him getting his day in court, and I will mute and let someone else speak.
Thank
Nutty,
you. Listen to this.
Nutty Pecker.
Thank
Nutty
you,
Pecker,
Nutty,
I don't understand what you're
Professor.
saying, Nutty Pecker, but let me just tell you something. That
Snuggles,
is ridiculous. That is ridiculous,
Snuggles,
really,
we're
honestly.
gonna let
Yes.
Jerry speak, please.
Oh,
Jerry has
yes,
something to say,
Please, Jerry,
and I know it's not going
throw
to be
some common
sweet.
sense
So
in there.
let me get my hammer out because I know Jerry's coming in here with filth on his mind.
Let me tell you
Jerry,
something.
what do you got?
Thank you all. Appreciate it. The thing I came in on was the fact that you were posting about Melania living her best life apart from Donald Trump, separating herself from all the accusations and everything else. I think that you don't realize the truth. You guys are in a different class of people. Okay? Now, she's a billionaire. She's married to a billionaire. Do you think that
Who's
Trump
a
didn't say
billionaire?
Trump? Okay, Trump is a billionaire.
No, he's
She's a
not.
billionaire. She has access to superior funding.
He
Okay?
lied about his size, Jerry. He's not a billionaire.
I don't care. He's wealthier than you.
Okay.
Okay? And he has accomplished many great things in his lifetime. Okay? And so
Who?
is Trump.
Name one thing he's
Okay?
accomplished. That's great.
All he's done is branded the name Trump, so we all know Trump. That's all he's done.
Even his name.
And that brings in money. He's making money.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm sorry
And
for
so
interrupting you,
it takes
Jerry, but
nothing
you're
for him.
selling more
It
lies.
takes nothing for him to say, honey, go over there and stay out of the crossfires. Have a good time. Pretend you don't love me. Pretend you're just, you want a divorce. Do all these stupid things because it will just feed this ridiculousness. But you need to go have a good time, because even my broke ass has done the same thing. When the heat is on, I put my loved ones at a distance and I keep them safe and happy. So her sitting over there going, I'm living my best life. Of course she is. She is loved and she is pampered and financially secure. Okay.
Wow.
So please stop trying to say that this means something. And just because if Melania is upset about this
All
escapade
right.
with
Yes.
Stormy
Thank
or
you.
whatever, why should we be pissed off? It has nothing to do with us. That's one of the biggest problems in our country is that people are running around thinking that they can dictate the way other people live their sexual lives when it doesn't harm them. Why are you trying to get in bed
Sound
with
like your
Trump?
side, Jerry.
Yeah, it
What
sounds
is
like
he
your side of
talking
the aisle.
about?
My
I
side of
totally
the
agree
my
with you, Dan Perry. I
That's what
totally
you
agree
are,
with you.
Dan.
freedom. I don't sleep with my government. Do you hear me? I sleep with
Yeah.
people I want to.
Thank you,
Y'all are
Dan
just
I
Perry. Very good.
knew Jerry was going to come in with some nastiness, some filth.
I mean,
I need a
I don't
shower
sleep with my
after
government
speaking the
listening to
truth.
what Jerry just
what
said.
makes this nasty? Why do you care who Trump
I
slept
knew
with?
you were going to
Why
go
are you
around and try to say
We
you can
don't
insulting his
sleep
care.
with
character?
whoever you want to sleep with,
Well,
Jerry.
why
I
are
knew
you
you were
All right,
going to
talking
go
Faith.
there.
about
Faith,
it?
follow me.
Sometimes you don't care if you
I
don't
think it's
talk about it.
hilarious.
And you know what? And you know what? I think the thing that's really hilarious is that why don't y'all just pick up your Trump buttons and pins and banners and all that and put that
Yes,
stuff outside on your front lawn, because you guys are keeping Trump relevant, and that's why he loves
absolutely.
it. I mean,
Absolutely.
no
That's why
one
I come in here. I promote
No, that's
Trump.
not accurate.
I do. I promote Trump
Oh
on
my
Sami
God.
Zayn
Okay,
down there.
Jerry. I'm going to move it along to CC.
no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Crossings. Why don't you just admit that you talking about Trump constantly makes him relevant? And
Oh
because of
yeah,
the fact, if
he
Trump
gave me permission
wins,
to.
which I
He
believe
told
he
me
has
at
a
his
chance
rally that the more I
because of
talk about it,
all of
his
this
ratings
ridiculous,
soar.
No way in hell.
because of your constant ridiculousness and others like you who promote this false agenda of ridiculousness, if
Shame,
Trump,
Jerry. Order.
if,
Okay, Jerry.
if
Order.
Trump
I gotta move
wins,
it along to CC
wait a
because
second,
we don't have much
if
time.
Trump
DC, here
wins,
we go.
it's your
Here we go.
fault.
Now you've heard
You can't
Jerry. I'm gonna
complain.
have to hit this mute button, Jerry. I gotta move it along. CC,
Move
what
it.
do you got? You heard
Move it.
Jerry. You heard everyone. This is
Thank you,
wild.
Jerry. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Jerry, you
CC,
don't want us talking about Trump, but yet you're up here talking about Trump.
I don't care if
Jerry.
you talk about Trump. It doesn't bother me.
Well, why are
The thing,
you're up here arguing about it? It must
I'm
bother you.
I'm over here arguing about the ridiculousness of human behavior, which is
That's
a
your
bunch of
opinion.
who don't
That's
have
your opinion,
lives,
Jerry.
who don't have a
ah,
relationship at all,
Jesus Christ.
talking about someone else and judging someone else's
Zeus, we had a tough
sexual
night last night.
success.
We know what he is. You know what
Zeus.
he is. Admit it, Jerry. Just like Snuggle. Admit it, Snuggle. Come out of the closet, Snuggle. You know
Oh,
About
yeah.
what?
Trump all the way.
Snuggle, you know you're a closet Democrat, my man.
Listen,
Cut it
CC,
out,
listen.
Nicole.
At the end of the day, Trump will prevail and you guys will be upset. I see you getting madder each day Trump's not in jail up to the election. It's
Who?
fine. I could take it. I could
Who?
take it.
Who?
And it's fine. Because
Who
at the end of the
knows?
day, you guys are going to look at me and you're going to say, I'm sorry, Snuggles. I'm sorry
Now,
because he made president, and you're going to be mad when I come in here ripping
Snuggle,
all your
Wait a
bungholes.
second. Wait
Cut
a
it out,
second.
Nicole.
Snuggle,
So you're
What?
You know,
Snuggle.
and
you're saying
I've been
that
dealing with this man for 7 years. I think I can take it if he wins again.
Thank you.
I
Because you
think
know he's
I
going to
can
win.
take it.
You're a closet Republican,
Unlike,
TC.
unlike you Republicans who are not going to
Thank
be
you,
able
Susie.
to stand it when
Oh,
Biden wins again. What are you
Hey,
going to do?
yes, yes.
yeah. I'm going to
Biden's
watch
gonna
those.
win again,
Yes, with all
and
those
they don't
ballot
realize it.
What
harvestings.
you going to
They don't
do?
realize it,
I'm
CC.
sure they're
That
going to
was
double
so
up the
brilliant how
ballot
you walked.
boxes throughout
That was so
America.
brilliant how you
They're
walked
going to have more
Snuggles right
semi
into that
trucks pull
Biden
into these
trap. Please
voting
put a
booths.
blue wave in the comment section, and please put those pictures of Jack Smith up in the comment
Yeah.
section.
How about Pecker? Let's put a Pecker
No,
picture up
no,
there.
no, no. I'm not done
Where's
with
the
you.
Pecker wave?
Hey, Snuggle, I'm not done with you.
Oh,
Snuggle,
Snuggles,
you made a
let CC
promise
finish,
that you
please.
would not. Okay, Snuggle, you made a promise that you
Uh-huh.
would not block me from your lives. And you
Are you blocked
did
again?
oh yeah.
censored.
I'm going to have to talk to my
There's no
moderators
freedom to
about that.
speak in
Well,
Snuggles'
Cece, I
well,
live.
know,
you, what,
Cece, I'm sorry that you got blocked in my live by my moderators because I know you come to Snuggles Lives for the truth. I better unblock you.
no,
I'm going to do that right now. I mean, because you're upset. I know you need my information. You have to come here
Nicole,
and listen to all the
Nicole,
baloney.
seriously, Nicole,
no,
I'm
Honey, I will do
concerned.
that.
that, look,
Why are you
look,
laughing? Because you
you
know I'm
were,
telling the truth. Because
I'm
when you
concerned,
laugh
Nicole.
nervously
listen,
like that, you know you love Snuggles.
Snuggle,
Tell me
No,
you love me,
Snuggle,
Cece.
you were so disruptive in here yesterday 2 times.
I have to
Two
be because I
times.
have to fight these people who think that they're
Zeus
going to
had
court.
to get rid of you 2 times. You've got to
You know,
start
can we say this
behaving.
though?
Zeus
Let me
gets
say
rid
this.
of me
Snuggles.
because he doesn't want me winning in here. I have the most
Snuggles, you're
gifts
getting
usually.
disciplined right now.
He doesn't want me to
No,
win, and he doesn't want me to bring in the truth.
I
And
think
he has
okay.
to
Zeus
come in the
wants you
box,
to
Let's move it
understandably.
along. I
Zeus.
haven't heard from Shay.
Next,
Can
Snuggle,
we?
next.
Snuggle. You just like to overtalk everybody, and we can't
You're
handle that.
asking me questions, Cece. I'm
It,
answering.
no,
Jesus
honey,
Christ,
you
Snuggles.
talk
Snuggles,
over
Snuggles, Snuggles. I'm
everybody.
answering you.
You talk over everybody.
See,
Can you stop
I mute
doing
his
that?
microphone because
She's asking me questions, and I'm
no, just let
answering.
her
Why mute
ask.
me?
Just
Oh
let her
no,
ask.
Okay,
no,
go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
no. I'm just saying in general, when you come in here or any other live,
Thank
can
you.
you just calm down a little bit and take your turn? I mean,
Oh,
and even in your lives, it's
oh
chaos. How
boy.
can you accomplish anything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
at what
how do you
point do you
accomplish
stop the
anything?
nonsense? I think you have to stop the nonsense somewhere. And here's the biggest thing. Here's a big concern. If Trump gets arrested and he goes to trial, you all had better make sure that case sticks. Because if he's proven innocent,
Yeehaw!
you are dead. The Democratic Party, that is like the biggest suicide to themselves.
Oh
They
no,
Biden
no,
will
no,
not
no,
get in
no, no.
office
We're
again
not
if
like
they
y'all.
can't
We're not
make it
like y'all.
stick.
We're
What?
not like
Thank you,
y'all.
ATL
Look,
boy.
when we have somebody that has done wrong, you know what we say? Get them and lock them up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
We
not
So
don't
what you do.
defend. We don't defend.
Stop it. You're in
Unlike y'all.
denial. Our
Unlike y'all.
judicial system is a joke.
Jerry, I
Oh,
don't know where
I'm
you're
Jerry.
just
going,
saying.
but you,
I'm going with this. If he's proven innocent again, you have just
if
secured his seat in the presidency once again.
We
Hey,
got
Jerry, if
more. We
somebody
got
breaks
more
into
to
your
go
house,
through, though,
Jerry,
Jerry.
are you saying that the cops shouldn't arrest the guy that broke into your house and face trial?
tell him Shay.
I'm just curious how much you think that the justice system shouldn't be implemented when crimes are broken. So when
No,
it
no,
comes to
I
your
didn't
own
say anything
property
about the justice
and
system not
somebody
being
breaks in, I'm
implemented.
not done. When
It,
somebody
it would
breaks
help
into
if
your
Let her
you
talk,
house
listen.
Jerry. She's talking.
and somebody breaks into your house, make sure not to call the cops and make sure not to press charges. Okay?
Right.
Make
That's the
sure,
new
Jerry.
Democrat. That's
Make
the new
sure.
Democratic law, actually,
This is
Right?
the
because
most
Make
Democrat now
sure.
you
ridiculous
can
thing
break in
I've
houses
ever
now.
heard.
You can break
You're
in houses
ridiculous.
anywhere now without getting
Cut it
bail,
out.
or you
Sure.
got
Don't
it's
call the
free. The
cops, Jerry.
Democrats,
Don't call the cops. All
yeah.
right.
So
I don't.
once
What do I need
again,
to call the cops for? Okay, I'm an American. I'm packing. You break into my house when
Ah,
I'm there,
Jerry, you're funny.
I'll be fine.
no,
You hear me?
Jerry.
And
Now you
there
and
it is.
Snuggles.
There it is. I'm
I hear you,
American.
Dan.
America.
I'm
There it
American.
is.
I got the gun.
America, we get to have our guns here.
That's right, nutty.
Who said
Yeah,
that?
just like you old
If you think
countrymen.
I'm gonna wait for
Just
cops
like
to
I
come and
old
love
save me,
potatoes, by the way,
what
countrymen.
the
That's
Billy.
the
hell
way
are
they
you
I
are.
on?
like
Old country
I like
white
Now,
potatoes
men.
loaded.
That's the way
Out
they
there.
are with their guns. They love their guns.
Okay, what are we going to? Okay, the fact is, I have to get out of here. So real quick, Mr. Crossings,
Bye.
yes.
um, I've won this conversation. Your stories were Disney this morning. A lot of Pecker talk, a lot of
Mm.
unsubstantial information, and by the way, Photoshop
My
pictures.
hammer, Snuggles, my hammer is
It's
oozing. It's
it's
oozing right
amazing.
now as we
I
speak.
love you too, Slight. You've been on all my
And
lives.
Snuggles, stop it. Cut it out, Snuggles. You have not won anything
I
other
always
than
win. My
more
exits are beautiful.
You know what?
shame.
If
Boo,
Trump
Snuggles
wins,
God.
if Trump
Absolutely.
wins the
You get into the
election,
box. You and
it's
Jerry.
your own fault.
Lies
Your
on
own fault.
top of lies. Misinformation. Yes, I know.
Yes.
They
Once
do
I
it.
leave
They
here,
do it
please
almost like
join
it's
me
like
on my
Silent
live for
Night
the
too.
real news. I will
You
show you
do it.
I will show you the interview with Donald Trump.
You can't. You
The
no.
true
Listen, ladies and gentlemen.
That
Snuggles,
interview was a joke.
I'm gonna
I
have to.
love being creepy. Call me creepy. I love it. Call me all the names you want. I love it.
All right, I
Whatever
gotta
you want
bring
to
up
call me.
someone else. You're leaving,
Faith,
right,
follow me.
Snuggles?
That's right.
Yes, I'm leaving. Can you
Hey,
exit me?
Snuggles.
Yes, I will.
Because I
This
am
is
your
the most.
boss. Exit me now. I command you.
Ah! Oh my gosh! Order! Get him out of here!
That was a little weird. Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
Wow.
Lying!
Wow.
Blasphemy will not be tolerated in the kingdom. No, it will not. And Snuggles has definitely been found guilty of doing just those things. And let that be a lesson. Anyone gets into the box and treads that dangerous line of misinformation, lying, blasphemy, treason with Zeus, you too may
You know
find
what?
yourself struck by
Oh,
lightning. Order! Now, who
only
we gonna bring up
fools
next?
get upset when they hear wisdom. You hear what I'm saying?
Jerry,
I'm just
Jerry,
saying. Fools.
Jerry, cut it out. Okay. We
Well,
have,
and Jerry,
oh,
Melania has a prenup, so if she divorces Trump, her lifestyle goes way down. That's why
Oh
she's
my
leaving.
God.
oh,
Be
yeah.
clear.
Delusional again. She doesn't even have
PJ,
to
that
divorce
fly
him.
guy,
Read the
greetings.
He's
prenup.
going to be fine.
Hold
Stop
on.
it.
Hey guys,
Hold on. We got someone
I'm
new
just
in the box.
saying.
PJ,
She won't have
PJ
the
the
same
fly
lifestyle, but
guy,
she'll be
greetings.
fine. Yeah.
hey, Crossing, what's good,
What's
man?
good? Okay, we've never done business before, have we?
Man, I'm sitting here listening to Jerry
Thank you,
and
Snuggles.
and,
Wait a second,
and Mr.
PJ the
Snuggles.
fly guy. We've never done business, have we?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I got to ask you the standard questions that I ask all people I've never done business with so we can all in the audience get to know each other. Fair enough?
Yep.
It's 3 questions, and they're going to come at you real fast. And
God, oh
my
my.
first question is, in your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the January 6th attack on the Capitol?
Donald
Donald
Trump,
Trump.
Rudy,
Oh!
Woo, all
Rudy,
right.
Rudy, and all the rest of his cronies.
Oh!
This
Rudy
guy I gotta
colluded?
follow. Gotta follow
Oh,
this
yep.
guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a truth sayer in the box. I got another question. Do you believe the president is above reproach?
Oh, for crying out loud. These are questions?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. All right. You passed the test. We don't need to go to the third question. What do you have for us, PJ the Fly Guy?
All I
My
want to
guy.
say is, man, these guys act like they are so tough. All you are just a bunch of lonely ass,
Hey,
out
keep
of
it
touch,
clean. No cursing, no insulting, please, but keep going.
out of touch people that have nothing else better to do than to hate on what's right and what's wrong.
Oh
You
my
are
goodness.
clueless. You're lost, and your IQ is the size of a pea.
IQ is
So,
measured by it. It's
You
not.
are a very small man
ooh.
with a small brain and a small IQ. Donald
Who is
Trump
he talking?
doesn't even know who you are or give an answer
Thank
about
you.
you.
That's the truth.
And you
That is the
are
truth.
sitting here raising your voice to the highest tone it can get. You are raising your blood pressure. You and Snuggles are the saddest 2 men on TikTok. If they're gonna ban TikTok, let's ban it because of you and Snuggles. Because you
Oh!
Oh, you're talking about me.
that platform.
Misinformation.
Oh, fly guy. You couldn't
And
be
that's
so
all I
much
have to
further
say.
from
You little
reality.
guy, you are so sad. Someone need
Oh,
to burp
Keep
you,
it clean
oh
tap
my.
you
now. You know,
on
these
the
are friends of
shoulder,
mine.
and burp you. Poor guy. Your guy is going to jail, and you should
Okay,
be in line with him. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, PJ the Fly Guy.
that
Wow.
was that was the most ridiculous
Okay.
moment on this live so far. Listening to this clown make all these judgments about people he knows nothing about. I am definitely not lonely. I am definitely not a Trump supporter. I'm just a man who notices behavior
Wow.
patterns in these political
If you're
games.
not a
And
Trump supporter,
You're
then
not
I'm
a
not a
Trump
person of
supporter?
color. Then I'm not a person of color. I'll put my
I don't
own,
see how that has anything to do with it. I'm not a
bro.
Trump supporter.
Bro, you are down on your knees in front of Trump. So I'll just let that sight. I'll let that image play out in
I'm
people's
not
heads.
in front of any man on this planet.
Well,
Anyway,
the
no.
fact that you allow him to grift the heck out of you, the fact that you are sitting here talking about
Thank you, Evan.
how great he is and how this and how that, how the other.
I
Come
didn't
on, my
say
dude. If you're not a Trump supporter, then you
I'm
should be
Little Miss
willing
Perfect.
to uphold the law. No one's saying that Trump is guilty. All we're saying is, you know what? He needs to be charged so he can have his day in court. But yet
yeah,
you want to
and
continue to
I said,
say, you want to
see,
continue to
you
get up
don't
here and
listen.
say all the stuff that you're
I said
spewing.
that if he gets his day in court and he turns that into a circus and walks out of there an innocent man, you guys have just patted his seat. I'm just saying, it
No,
doesn't matter.
absolutely not.
It doesn't
But
matter
that's
if
why we
he's
have
guilty
court.
or
That's why
not.
we go
You
to
have
court.
to be able
Jerry,
to prove it. And
that's
we are
why we
in
go
a
to
system
court,
of
because
corruption and justice. So I don't know
a
what you're
judge,
talking about.
a judge and a jury will look at the evidence. They will determine based on the preponderance of evidence whether or not he's guilty. And you know what, my friend? You know what, my friend?
And it
Let me tell
doesn't
you
make it
this.
true.
With
I
all the
want you to
evidence that
know.
we see out there already, I predict that a guilty verdict is not too far off.
Woo!
All I'm
And
saying is you
so
better get a
do
guilty
I.
verdict, or you have just given your opponent the win. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's
And you know what?
innocent.
Jerry.
I don't
That's fine. We
I
live in a
don't
country.
care what
We
you
live in a democratic republic that and if we give him a win
Jerry.
because he's found innocent, which will never happen, then
He
so
won't.
be it. Those are the consequences that we have to
Yes.
live in. But I
Yes.
want this democracy to survive. And for this democracy to survive, he
then
needs
you're
to
an
be
idiot.
held accountable. So
I'm going to be honest. If you
Jack
want
Smith,
this democracy the way
I
it
said it 3 times.
functions
Jack Smith,
Jack
to
do your
Smith.
survive,
thing,
you're a
brother.
fool.
Uh-oh.
You're a
Jack
Jerry.
fool.
Smith is coming.
Hang on.
Jerry, I hope you
Jerry.
can repeat this. Jack Smith is here.
Jerry.
He's real. He's a real
What? I
person.
don't even quite understand what Jack Smith's role is because I don't
Well,
pay
maybe
attention to him.
that's what the problem
Well,
is.
you need to
But Jack
educate
Smith
yourself.
is I know you praise
Special
him, so
investigator.
I
Oh,
know
I
he
don't
must have
praise
done
Jack
something to
Smith.
get
Now,
your attention.
come on. Listen, Jerry. Zeus doesn't praise Jack Smith.
I
Only thing
didn't
I
mention
do is
that.
So
clown.
I
I just
didn't
know a
mention.
good man when I see him, and he is
so
doing
Jerry.
quite the job.
Jerry.
Well, that's fine. All I gotta say is y'all gotta make it stick.
They
It's
If
will,
you make it
not
because it's
stick,
gonna be a
good
Hang
Democrats
on.
for you.
doing
conspiracy too.
this.
Hang
At
on.
It's
the
Make
the
end of
what
the
stick.
day,
law.
if
My
you
Make
God,
what
walk,
stick,
Jerry.
Jerry. Make what
Look at
stick.
huh?
that
You don't even know
commitment.
what the charges are yet in the New York
I
case.
don't care
'Cause-
Yes.
what the charges are. The
well,
fact
you
is that
should, my
Trump, you
friend.
guys have held Trump, that they have held Trump up so many times to try to knock him down, impeach him, blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah.
Poker
And at the
dad.
end of the day, he still has these faithful followers. He still has a bunch of Democrats
They're shrinking.
still basically keeping him
Hmm.
relevant, which doesn't make any sense. And at and so
They're
what?
shrinking.
If he gets away with it again, you all just look stupid.
Cut it out,
Jerry,
Jerry.
your money
Shame.
keeps him relevant. Your money keeps him relevant because he keeps grifting you.
Hey, Zeus,
My money,
I got a
you gotta be
suggestion for you.
kidding me.
Yes, Chris. What do you got
Could,
for me, brother?
could you open what you ask your 3 questions, and could you ask at least one of, ask people, have you read the entire Mueller report?
Oh,
Nope.
Have you watched the January 6th hearings?
oh,
Have you read the transcript of the January 6th
Rick.
hearings? And
Nope.
number 3, have you read the court documents, the trial transcripts for all these Oath Keepers and Proud Boys who were just convicted of seditious conspiracy? If
Right.
you can answer those 3 questions, that's way more important. And if
Well,
you can
I may
still
consider that.
defend Trump and still defend all this shit, sorry stuff.
Keep it clean.
Sorry, man, I'm in the Navy. I swear a lot.
Good
RC
point.
Dubs, go ahead and follow me back. I'll look for your lives.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chef,
Yep.
I can say yes to 3 of the 4. I can say because I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, I teach constitutional law. So yeah, I enjoy reading stuff like that. But I can say yes to 3 of the 4.
Well,
But
Okay.
it
that
doesn't
that
matter.
is why
It doesn't matter
you're
because any information that I glean from that and I try to pass on that information, we're told that we're Biden. But
Yeah.
no, I'm not because I hired Biden to do a job. And if Biden
Yes.
doesn't do a job, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire Biden. I'm not on my knees
Absolutely.
in front of Biden. So I can tell them what I've gleaned from that information. They're not going to listen anyhow.
Oh yeah, it's all
They don't
fake
care
news,
about the
and that
truth. They don't
yeah,
care about the truth.
we hear it
You
from
know you don't
Snuggles
care,
every day.
Jerry.
Hey, wait a minute. If you're not,
And
wait a minute. If you're not kneeling down before Biden, how are you assuming I'm kneeling down before Trump when I'm not even
I
a Trump
listen to you.
supporter?
I listen to you.
Oh,
I'm
so
not,
you just make a random judgment when
No,
you're
it's not
flat
No, it's
earth.
random.
not
My friend,
random.
it's
We
not
heard
random.
what
Okay.
you
I'm
said,
listening to
Jerry.
the
Oh,
words
okay.
that are
No, it
coming
is
out of
random
your
because I'm
mouth.
not a Trump.
Shame.
So
Thank
I
you.
don't care what you hear come out of my mouth doesn't make me a Trump supporter just because you don't
Oh,
understand anything.
so
But go
Jerry,
ahead. Keep
Jerry,
But you
do
talking.
you
don't.
not know how
Let me ask
deductive
you a
reasoning
question.
works? Do you not know how it works?
Oh, I
I'm
understand
listening
how
to your
deductive
words,
reasoning
sir.
works on
I
laws.
can
I
make
know
a
how that
clear
works.
judgment based on the things that you're spewing out of your mouth.
Mm.
But you're not listening because of the
Now,
things that you're telling me you're not listening because of the stupid things you say repeatedly.
Okay,
Oh,
let
okay.
me put it to you
Okay.
this way.
Okay,
You
thank
have
you.
an
Go on, Shay.
opportunity, Jerry. You've had an
Mm.
opportunity. Instead of thinking it's a witch hunt, which you've clearly thought it is, we're just impeaching him, we're just after him, we're just da 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 da. Have you
I never
taken
said
what to
anything.
Nutty's point? Hold on, to Nutty's point. Have you read, or Chris's point as well? Have you read any of the documents? Have you read any of the affidavits?
Oh dear
Have
I'm
you
Lord,
not
here's a
read
going
gang
to.
up.
any of the
It doesn't
testimony?
make any
Let's stop.
difference to me.
Are we
I'll
ganging
tell you
up
what.
on
I'm
them?
not
Okay,
going.
but
then
I
that's
that,
don't
the
care.
hold
problem.
on,
It
hold
doesn't
on.
make any
Then
difference.
that
I have
is
an orgy ring.
why, hold
It
on.
doesn't make a
Then
difference till it goes to
Jerry,
court, Mister
that is why
Steph.
we say you're on your
You guys are
knees.
talking about
Because you just,
whataboutisms and what ifs. He's not
Snuggles,
even in
No,
I
court.
was
mute
He's
talking.
not
him,
even
man.
in jail, Chef.
Snuggles,
Mute
I
What are
was
you
him.
talking
talking.
about?
Snuggles, I was talking.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, the point is, the
What a
100%.
reason we
weasel.
say you're on your
Come on, no
knees,
name
Jerry,
calling.
is because you think it's just a witch hunt and you're not doing any
I
investigation
don't
on
think
your
it's a.
own. You're
See
not
now,
thinking
I
for
never said
yourself.
it was a witch
You're
hunt. You
not
have
trying
never
to
heard me say
investigate
that.
yourself to see if this man is guilty. You have bought into the rhetoric that
It
it's a
doesn't
witch
matter
hunt,
if he's
and that's
guilty or
it.
not. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you
It
have to
does
make the crap
matter.
stick. If you can't make it stick, what's the point?
It
That's the
does
problem,
matter.
bro.
President of the United States, it does matter, Jerry.
What matters? I'm sorry. I'm in the
It
United States too, and
No,
I've seen a completely different United States and judicial system than clearly you have. But go
I,
ahead,
I've
say
never
what you
been
want.
arrested for a crime, have you? Just saying. I don't
hang
know
on
All
a
Mm.
what you
second.
hands,
mean,
all hands
but
on
So,
deck
you
so
might
situation.
want to
Jerry,
talk
Jesus
to
Christ.
I got to
the
represent
black
Snuggles
men
while
on
he's
here,
not
and they'll
here.
tell you what the justice system looks like for them, sir.
so Jerry, your entire
So are we
argument
all
is none
done
of
with
this.
Jerry now? I gotta move it on to the next guest. There's a
No,
lot of people who want something to say, that have something to say. Uh, so I'm gonna rotate these boxes and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Hey, Zeus, but
Yes.
I'm the resident Snuggles right now. I got to represent Snuggles, but I'm just not going to interrupt.
Well, there's a lot of people. I'm gonna have to clear them for the rest of the people to
Yeah, I'll
come up.
get down so you can bring in more people because Chris
Yeah,
is
and then I'm
here,
out
hey,
of
and
here.
yeah,
Natty can stay our rep if you.
I'll jump down real quick. I just want so just to clarify, Jerry, your entire point is that none of this matters until he's convicted, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we're spending a lot of time and resources doing a lot of nonsense when we have more important things that we should be focusing on in this country, whether or not to do anything with this past president's antics. That's what I'm
But
saying. And
what
I'm
if he
It's
gets
saying
not
back in
that
antics,
the
office,
though,
wait
bro.
a
Jerry?
minute. I'm
What if
also
he
The,
gets?
saying that the people who are acting like they're doing something great for our country by doing all this continued prosecution, spending all these hours reading these documents instead of coming up with actual solutions for our country, actual
Jerry,
things
that's
to help our
blasphemy.
economy, is a
Shame.
waste of
now
time.
you're just
We are
filibustering.
preventing
You are
him from getting
distracted
back
by
in
your
Are
own
office
ignorance.
ever
Yeah,
again.
now you're
are you
filibustering.
He's
Willful
running again.
ignorance.
okay?
The rest of it
Okay,
doesn't
so
matter.
I'm gonna rotate the boxes. Okay,
All
I would
right.
love to, but
Bye,
Zeus does
everybody.
have
That
to
was
run.
fun.
All
Just
right, thank you,
remember,
Shay.
he's
Thank you,
running
Chris.
again, and we're trying to save our country from him
Yeah,
ever taking
that's
Oh,
the
no,
office
you're
point.
again.
not.
That's why we're
Okay,
doing what
look,
we're
let's
doing.
talk about
Wake
the
up.
ultimate denial. You are not doing any of those things.
Bullshit.
Horse.
Yes, we
If
are.
Yeah,
anything, you're making
that's the
him
goal, bro.
All
hidden
Keep
by
him
right.
from
administration,
It's
and
working.
he
His
is
We have
going
some
to
crowd
get
size is
people
more
that need
shrinking.
to
followers
come up.
because
Just like
you
Stormy
guys
said
are
about his mushroom. His
ridiculous.
crowd size
Now,
is
Shay,
shrinking.
CC, and Chris,
Ridiculous.
I'm going to drop you and
Bye.
bring up
Love
3
you.
new.
Bye, everybody.
All right, love you as well. Thank you all.
honey.
Let's do this. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oops.
There's people that want to talk to you, Jerry. So I'm going to try to
Oh, they want to talk
make
to
it.
me? Oh, for bloody hell, why?
Oh yeah, This is definitely going to be. This is definitely going to be exciting.
Good morning, Zeus, wielding that hammer of truth.
Absolutely.
And,
Good morning.
and all the rest, we going to just get it from the guest.
Order in the court.
So here's what I wanted to say because I love this. We keep making Donald Trump relevant because we keep talking about him. Let me remind you, this fool posted on his own social media website that he was being arrested on last Tuesday. Then he proceeded to send emails out to all of his sycophants begging for money. And now he's gotten $2 million worth of money off of another lie that he told. And he's running for president. It's not us that is making him relevant. He just keeping himself in the public eye. He just had another rally in Waco, Texas, where he lied again about losing the 2020 election. We got him calling black people
Oh, my God.
animals. You honestly think we're not going to talk about that? But
Mm.
we're the ones that are keeping him relevant. Every time you
He
turn
didn't call
around,
he
he's
didn't
sitting in
call
front
black
of a
people.
TV camera.
He didn't say that about black people. So
He
quit lying there, Swervin.
he called Braggs an animal.
Quit lying there.
He called Braggs an
He
animal.
did.
He did. He
Hey,
called him
hey,
an animal.
Snuggles, I'm the resident Snuggles, so chill out. No
He also
interrupting.
said the same thing about Fannie
Thank you.
Willis. Called her an
You guys,
animal. Called the
you,
mayor
I
of
think maybe you
Chicago,
don't
Lori
understand what
Lightfoot.
I
Called
mean
her an animal.
by keeping someone
Yeah.
relevant. Do you understand? When someone doesn't matter, if they're insignificant, you don't talk about them. He can
No,
go and do all the
He's the
rallies he
front
wants.
runner.
He does
he
whatever.
is
But it's the
significant.
negative feedback that
He
you
is
keep
the
him
front runner.
alive.
He is the front runner for the Republican Party right now. You think he's
Okay.
not making himself relevant? You think we're not going to talk about our
Yes,
presidential
I know
candidate?
he
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
I
So
know he
We can't
is.
talk
So
about our
really
And you're
presidential
falling
candidates.
for it.
really
He's
quick. Hold on.
baiting
Really
you like
quick.
a
Really quick.
chicken.
You know what? You know what's Swervin? Trump says a lot of things out loud. Biden does a lot of cover up without talking. It's great to watch Biden do all these crimes with his son, but that's all undercover stuff. So that's not
Show
even
me,
See,
mentioned in the
can we
news.
stop with
Snuggles.
the
So it's great to
deflection?
say
Hey,
It's
things
a
Stop
little
out
with the
loud
bit
by
deflection.
fair
Trump
about
Snuggles.
than to deal
nepotism,
with a criminal
Snuggles.
that's currently the
You
president of the United States. So don't give me this
Deflection,
bull,
show me the
Swervin.
docket number,
deflection,
Snuggles.
Oh
Otherwise,
yeah,
shut
yeah.
up.
Show me the
deflection.
docket numbers of Trump.
We showed you docket numbers.
No,
So
you
we're
have
not
no
going
Tonight,
to dig
docket
up
till we
Lauren
numbers.
get
You
them.
have
Swerve's docket
nothing. He
number.
was president of the United States. You really
That's
have
a fake
nothing,
docket
Swervin.
number. Show me the docket
Swervin,
number
you
where
have
Biden's been
absolutely
convicted.
nothing on Trump, and you're just a
Show
talker.
me the docket number.
Snuggles, when are
I,
you and I
I am just as
debating?
much talker of Biden than you are Trump. Absolutely nothing's
Show
going on with
me the
both
docket
Oh
people.
number.
my God.
So
I
Swervin,
don't have
you're
time for
zero,
this.
zero.
Show me the docket
Thank
number.
Order!
you. Thank you, Mr. Crawford.
Order
Thank you.
in
What he
the
talks about
court,
is like
ladies and
Show me
gentlemen.
the
My
spewing
docket number.
hammer is
your hammer.
raising again. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
Uh, Dubs, who just dropped? Ooh, somebody just dropped. I think Nutty just dropped. Dubs, what do you
That he
got
did.
for us?
My representative.
Can you please mute Snuggles while I'm talking? Because he can't help himself.
I'll mute.
Snuggles, if I have to do it, I'm just gonna drop. I'm just gonna drop. If I have to tell people more than once, I'm just dropping. I don't got time.
Thank
Look,
you.
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
really
like Trump
appreciate it.
said, we
Real
don't have
quick
much
before
time.
real quick before Dubs gets started, I got to make some runs this morning, so I'm gonna just go ahead and drop. I wanted to just say this is why Donald Trump stays relevant, and this is why we keep talking about him. Between the
Thank you.
documents,
He is relevant.
between the documents and the voter intimidation case going on in Georgia, yeah, we're going to keep talking about them. And yes, we do have docket numbers for those. So,
Thank you,
Zeus,
Swear.
you
Thank
enjoy the
you.
rest of your day on Mount Olympus, brother.
Will
Y'all be
do.
good, be safe, and I'll see y'all later.
Thank
Just
you
All right,
so
love you,
man.
much.
Take
Snuggle.
care.
Thank you.
All
Take care. Get well
right.
soon. I don't know. Feel like
All
I should
right,
send it.
Dubs, you are up.
Thank you, thank you, Zeus. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Jerry, I'm just going to ask you something a couple of questions that I want to see if you can be intellectually honest about them. Do you
Mm.
think this? Do you think the same people that support Trump would have ignored if Obama had 3 wives he cheated on and had to pay off a porn star to stay quiet before the election, which is something that sent his lawyer to prison? And my second question is, do you think if Obama had 26 accusers after being caught of bragging about SA on audio, that if he confused one of those accusers in court with his ex-wife after saying that accuser wasn't his type, do you think
Mm.
Trump supporters would have ignored all of that? There you
No,
go.
I think they would have. I think they would have got all over Obama. I think that Obama it was a great president. I think one of the things was that I believe that Obama ran into so much roadblocks and ridiculousness. I'm just glad he was able to do what he did while he was there.
Well,
So I
I
have much
appreciate
respect.
that, but so
I wish that they made. I wish the Democrats would spend more time making Obama's legacy more relevant than sitting there supporting what the Trump nonsense and what he's doing.
well, hold on. I appreciate that you're saying Obama has a good leg. So you do acknowledge something that Snuggles would not yesterday, is that Obama is the reason Trump had a good economy to brag about.
Yeah, I believe that.
So you're not a Trump supporter. Maybe I got confused earlier.
I've been saying that the whole time.
I
I
misunderstood.
am not.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just a
but
man that I don't support either party because both parties continue to be ridiculous.
all right, but only one party's trying to govern, and only one party is getting actual policy done. And then, I mean, do you agree? Republicans don't even pretend to offer policy. I mean, focusing on Hunter Biden's laptop does nothing about inflation.
Right. I agree with that.
So, I mean,
But when it
we're
comes
not the
to
ones
policy,
trying to
I
keep him
believe
relevant. I
that
guess
there
my
are
main, oh,
policies.
Jerry, hold on. I'm sorry, Jerry. My
Go ahead.
main point is that we're not the ones trying to keep him relevant. Believe me, if he was in prison or in the ground, I would drop him in a second. I would never talk about him again, except to maybe hold it against people who voted for him to begin with, because his legacy will live on in what he's enabled in this country, and that's the main problem. That's what Snuggles doesn't want to talk about, is pretending that somehow Trump is acceptable as a human being. He never was. And you really don't want to talk about policy, Snuggles, because Trump doesn't have any, and Republicans aren't offering any.
Had to mute that. Fair enough. Now I'm going to move it on to heaven and then double eyed, because listen, ladies and gentlemen, Zeus does have to run, but Snuggles, I definitely will, circle back to you, and I appreciate you for containing yourself. And it seems Dubs would like to have a debate with you in your live one of these days. So please unblock whoever has been blocked, and let's have those open skies agreements that you so love to
Yes,
promote on your
I will be
platform.
prepared for that. Hey, listen really quick, Mr. Crossings. This is my new account, so please follow me here.
Another one,
It is
Snuggle?
Oh, okay.
it
Another
is
account?
Snugs. No, it came off suspension.
Oh, okay. Good.
Snugs 1222. Okay, so please follow me there. And I really don't like to listen to ridiculousness and want to answer policy questions to people who don't support Trump. I mean, because they're just going to rip. They just like to ask you questions, rip you apart after you answer them correctly, and there's no use debating with stupidity. All right, Heaven,
So
go
is
ahead.
this you dodging me,
Thanks,
Snuggles?
big Snuggles.
Is that Snuggles saying he's going to dodge my math questions?
I'll just go. Good morning, Zeus. We appreciate you. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks, Zeus. I got to drop. Let me know if Snuggles
Peace
puts the
out.
All
balls.
right.
I like Dubs a lot. He's a smart guy.
Who has Crossing's brother account? Oh my God. These
What?
folks, there's an account out there that says Crossing's brothers. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, Zeus has no brother. Okay? Don't believe the misinformation.
That's too funny. Zeus, I wanted to go back though to your intro. Russia being involved in the
Yes.
photo, it reminded me of disinformation campaign 2015. It reminded
Yes,
me.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it reminded me of the disinformation campaign in 2015. It reminded me of Trump campaign passing vote information to Russia. And I thought when you said it, Cross, I was like, wait, is he doing it again? Is he asking
Yeah.
Russia for help again? Committing the same crime again? Going back
Yes,
to the crime scene? Oh my
yeah.
gosh, this is very, very scary for democracy. Snuggles, I know it's funny to you, but we take it very seriously out here.
No, we do. Let them know. Thank you, Heaven. The issue that's funny though is there's an account out there in the comment section, and I think I know it's controlled by Russia, aka Snuggles. Okay, who's also a Russian asset.
Wait, wait. I have a. You guys are saying my name. I have time to reply.
Well, this account out there called Crossing's Brother. I just can't help but think that you are the
You're
account.
very popular.
Wow.
I mean,
Another
Mr. Crossings,
Russian
you need to take
at
that. You
work.
need to suck that up, and you know that he's following you, a complete liar across this broadcast. But I mean, he wants to be like you. Absolutely.
Wow. Double I, what do you got? There's a lot of shame in the
Boom.
kingdom.
Good morning, everybody. So I'm just going to
Good
say
morning.
this. I say this a lot to a lot of people. What we have responsibility to do, we can argue opinions, but we can never argue the facts. And that's on both sides of the aisle. The facts is Trump is going to get indicted. Now, whether he's going to get
Good luck.
convicted is another story.
Boom!
And there's documents that support he's going to get indicted. So, Snuggles, you're right. He hasn't happened yet. But
Thank
when
you.
it has happened,
Thank you.
I don't want to hear no conspiracy theories going on.
Oh, you will.
Trump is
It's
making
not going to
himself
happen.
relevant by asking for money when he's a millionaire. He's making himself relevant. He's causing us to talk about him by the
Right.
outlandish things he says from day to day to
Yeah.
day to day. So what I'm
Well,
going to ask
double.
you to do, can I make this last thing? What I'm going to ask you to
Yeah.
do is what they asked the
Yes.
Democrats to do is move on from Trump. When he gets indicted, and hopefully if he gets
Yes.
convicted, move on
Oh.
from Trump.
Oh yeah. Okay. If he gets indicted,
Thank
double.
you.
If he does get indicted,
When we
he will be
said
found.
when
We will go
Snuggles.
to the
Come on.
next level. You and me, double. We will go to the next level, and we will find him not guilty after he will allegedly be indicted. I will
No,
fight that. And guess
no.
what? It will happen just like the impeachment hearings. Acquitted.
You know why
Shame,
he,
shame,
you know
shame,
why he
shame.
was
All
acquitted.
right. I'm going
You
to
know
move
why he
on
was
to
acquitted.
Kiss My Grits and then Sky Captain because, ladies and gentlemen, we're well past that
You are,
1,000 likes.
Mr. Crossings. You're
Thanks,
really
dude.
welcome.
I
Appreciate
was
you, man.
just, we were just listening to my
Thank you, Mr.
granddaughter
Crossings.
singing we will rock you.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Um, and that's exactly what we're going to do when Trump gets acquitted. And returns to the White House. So, now I'm listening to y'all. My husband's telling me, listen to her. I heard a little bit of it, and that's what she was singing. Now, I don't know where the music's coming from because I don't hear it, but I guess she does. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Now, let's talk about a little bit more pressing issue, like the pew-pewing in Tennessee.
I'll do that in the closet of truth.
Well, okay, so this has to do with your president, Biden, blaming Republicans for that. Well, okay, how is that we're part of the LGBTQ community?
I have covered that in the closet of truth. Kiss My Grits. It is not because I don't want to, but I still need to do a little more research on it. As far as I am concerned, it is
Yep.
not as black and white as some like to say it is. At the end of the day, violence happens with people in general. It's not
Right.
just
It's
based on your gender. It's
right,
not
and
based on your
it's not
race. It's
about the
not based on
guns.
your religion. People
Right.
tend to be violent, and that's the issue. So if you want
Right.
to have that conversation, I think it should be
Well,
centered
no,
around
it's
people
talk
and their
about
violent behavior.
deranged syndrome, mental illness. Okay, and when you are when you have mental illness, and you do that upon children, there's something wrong with people.
There is something wrong with people. If they go to a rally in
Okay.
Waco, Texas, for instance,
Then why were they violent? Was
you tell
anybody
me.
unalived? Was
You tell.
anybody unalived at that rally?
You have to
No.
understand that
Eight
sometimes,
children, eight
sometimes
children was
no.
unalived.
Can we
And
go back
Biden,
to?
They weren't
all
attacking.
Biden wants to do is blame it on Republicans.
We are once again going to have to discuss this in the closet of truth because you don't necessarily need to look at the output. Sometimes you got to look at the input. That's what
Right.
I'm getting at. What is leading us to these points, Kiss My Grits, and that's why I do these lives because I
Absolutely.
understand that we need to cover Trump the right way because some of
Yes.
his supporters blindly follow him, and they could actually end up doing things like
But
what we
yet
saw on January
y'all
6th.
blindly
What we
follow
saw on
Biden
January 6th.
that will laugh
Right.
Thank
when
you,
children
Snuggles.
are unalived.
If I say, Mr.
More than
Crossings,
once.
really quick, Mr. Crossings, Tacking put on there that Trump did something with the gun laws and all that stuff. But it's funny how Trump will be blamed for this when the first 2 years of Biden's presidency, again, has not fixed this gun issue. They have not fixed the railroad lines that Trump was being blamed for. They blamed,
You've already
they
told
said,
me
well,
that the railroad lines
Well,
were Norfolk Southern's
no,
fault.
the first 2 years, Biden could have fixed that. Biden could have fixed the gun laws. He
gentlemen,
didn't. They didn't because it was a controlled Senate and House, Democratic Senate and
Captain,
House.
Sky
They
Captain.
didn't fix these things. And then we got balloons flying across, and they go, "Well, Trump had 3 balloons." Everything is on Trump. The Democrats did nothing their first 2 years as president of the United States. So don't go blaming Trump. Get off
Hey,
your
listen,
asses and vote.
okay.
listen. I'm moving
That's
on to
absolutely
Sky
correct,
Captain Snuggles. That's
Snuggles.
misinformation. You can get
Jesus.
back to work, Snuggles.
All
So
Sky
right. Yes.
Captain,
Thank you
please.
so much. And by the way, too, the Afghanistan stuff, that wasn't Trump's problem. Biden should have got him out safely. So don't blame Trump. Get off your ass and be a leader, Biden, and all you Democratic voters. I'm out.
Hey, order. Just
uh,
because you say it loud and you're angry doesn't mean you're right. I keep teaching you this, Snuggles. You're going to have to realize this at some point in your lifetime. Hopefully, you learn this lesson sooner rather than later. All
The
right, Captain, what do you got for us before we get
the
up out
the
of here?
the only reason that Snuggles left was because he knew I came on to troll him about opening his steakhouse so we could all come and get our ribeyes once the indictments happen.
Yeah.
But I guess Kiss My Grits kind of brought up the whole thing that happened yesterday, which is horrible. I used to live in Tennessee for quite some time,
Mm.
so I'm very familiar with that area. And without trying to place blame and say that it's the Republicans or the Democrats, something's got to change.
Mm.
And I keep on hearing this whole thing, Kiss My Grits, about mental illness and people are insane and people need help. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fair enough. Yes. But my whole thing is that's just very, very high level, non-specific talk that just kind of, to me, kind of brushes off the issue rather than actually addressing it, because there's no solutions to this issue from people who say that, oh, it's a mental illness thing. Well, how are you going to address it? And let's not forget that Tennessee did decide to change their gun laws, since the Republican side is very big on minimal government control. Tennessee does have some of the most loose gun laws in the entire country, and actually in the entire world when you really think about that.
Mm.
So before you start to say, well, it's a mental illness issue, maybe we should go back and look at the laws first and try to understand why those were loosened so much, because this has to
So,
change. And at the end of the
so,
day, you
so
all, if it was your kids, if it was your
you
child,
think
if it was
stricter
your child who
laws
was
will
sitting there
prevent
who was,
this?
if it
You
was your
think
child who
stricter
was sitting
laws will
there who
prevent
had
this?
gotten,
Uh-oh.
who,
Uh-oh.
if it was your child who had gotten shot, I'm sorry, who had gotten unalived, you would do whatever you could. And if God was standing before you and said, hey, if there was anything you could do to change this back and bring them back, would you? And you would say yes. What would that be? think about that for a second before we start saying, "Oh, it's your fault,
I'll
your
let you
fault."
know what
There
that would
has to
be.
be something that's done rather than saying thoughts and prayers.
I'll
Thoughts
let
and
you know
prayers
what
aren't
that
going
would
to do
be.
anything to bring those kids back. Something has to change, and mental illness is way too non-specific to just say it's mental
I'll let
illness.
you know what that would be. Stop thinking that the school board is going to protect your children because they're not.
So what do you propose, Kiss My Grits? What is it specifically, not non-specific, very specifically? What do you propose that needs to change?
Well, okay, so what would have changed even if they locked down the schools, put metal detectors in every school, have one-way entry doors? What
That's
would
a fire
what
hazard.
Hold on. No, it's not, because you could get out of a classroom. It won't be so easy to get in a classroom. That's what I mean by one-way entry doors.
What if kids are trapped and there's someone in there who can get in with a fire
What if
extinguisher?
frogs had wings?
What if someone can get in with a fire extinguisher? They can't get in the room to try and save the kids that are
Again,
being
what if
burned.
frogs had wings?
Oh,
You
cut
want
it
me to
out.
throw out things. You're wanting me to throw out things, but yet you don't want to hear it
Well,
out.
well,
Okay, so
I'm just trying to
let
make
me throw
sure.
it out. You have one-way entry doors, meaning you could get out of a classroom, but it isn't so easy to get in. You have steel doors. Okay, so the bullets don't go through them. Okay, stop thinking your school's going to protect your kids, because they're not. And besides, yesterday was a 28-year-old trans woman that got in. Why? That roamed the
Didn't
walls, the
didn't
halls.
you hear?
Why?
Didn't you hear? Listen, Kiss My Grits. Let's just have a candid
So
conversation.
let's get down to the problem on how that woman get in there to begin with.
Well, wait a second. Let's start talking about violence. It's violence, right?
So now
Doors,
we're going to equate all the violence in the world
I'm
or in
just
the
but
trying to help
U.S.
you
but
understand violence has been here since
No.
civilization
It's for
began.
kids, is it not?
Has violence been here since civilization began, Kiss
Okay,
My Grits?
Zeus. Now you're deflecting.
I'm just trying
Stop
to give you
deflecting.
context.
Kiss My
I'm just
Grits.
trying to
Can
give
can
you
No,
we
context.
because we're
can
talking
we
about
I
this
think when
incident
you try to be
yesterday.
a physician, so to speak, and you try to
can we
surgically
but
address this issue, you're leaving out a lot of things. That's all I'm trying to help you
can
understand.
we can we be honest though, Kiss My Grits? What has been the reasoning behind all of the attacks, not attacks, but all of the criticism on the LGBTQIA community? What has really been the cause of all
Oh,
of that?
so we're just gonna blame. We're not gonna put
Now,
blame where it needs to go. We're gonna put it on other people
No, 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 no. What I'm saying to
instead of
you,
their
I'm
now,
own
not.
actions.
now,
I'm
listen.
saying to
I do
you that
have to
does that
run,
not?
ladies and gentlemen. I do have to run. Okay.
All right.
But kiss my grits. Whoever wants to continue the discussion, please feel free to do it. Okay, because this is a conversation that I guess folks want to hear and have answers to. But I just can't do it because I have other things to do. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here.
When do you
Uh,
Thanks for
start
having me.
your closet of truth?
I have to do it based on what times I have available. But just follow me, and when I go live,
I
join, and we
followed
will have.
you.
Oh, okay. Well, then you'll get those alerts when I do. You'll get
You
those
know,
alerts when I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
I would
it is
say
time for Zeus to
goodbye and
run.
thank you. And look,
Take
just because you
care.
can you can
The most
cover
handsome
up
in the
truth
kingdom.
with ridiculousness does not make it truth, okay? The saying, ridiculousness is ridiculousness, it never becomes truth.
Thanks for having me.
This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I
What
pull up
a
like Zeus.
show!
Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus.
Yeah! Thank you, Alvin. Thank you, everyone.
Eagle ain't got red on me too. Took a long time to get here
And I'm feeling brand new.
If you living like a bum, get away from me, fool.
know I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you. I can't hang no problem, Sky Cat. Sorry, everyone, I gotta run. It's all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Playing hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing. Thank you, Christina. You too. Like all of you have a great rest of your day, rest of your morning. And Jack Smith is coming. I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning down the roof. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting on this moment now. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game a rule. Melania's not playing. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof. Hey! Time to let you the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Playing hating on the gods, being such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. Catching all the snakes like a mongoose. Grab your goose. Ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm having a great rest of your morning. What a show. Thunder in the sky like you. People are so passionate. I make my own rules. I'm a god. Call me Zeus. Yeah, you know about me, ladies and gentlemen. Crossing's brother, get out of here.
I'll bring it down the roof with this heat.
Snuggles, get out of here. Sound mind on the beat, kicking hard like Bruce. Lawrence Reed on the beat. You better call the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I can dance and box like a jungle, like a kangaroo. Don't get got slipping in the woods and you'll be dead like a man. Lindsay on the beat like Zeus. Let's go. Easy low on the beat like Zeus. RMC on the beat. Yeah, you heard about it.